People, this is Adman255. Here's another movie review. This is like the number one of my favorite 2007 movies list. This top one. This is one movie was directed by one of my all-time favorites, Michael Bay, who I think did the right job for this movie because this is like the most awesomest movie. Transformers, the live-action movie from the 80s cartoon show, which is also my favorite. Plot is that the Autobots / also the Decepticons are trying to find the Allspark cube. The Autobots trying to find it so they can rebuild Cybertron after the Civil War between Autobots and the Decepticons, and the Decepticons to destroy the whole world and make an army of Decepticons. And the only location where the Allspark is lies in the hands of a kid's great-grandfather's glasses, who was built in with these markings, which is some sort of a code that was like sent by Megatron to get the Allspark. And this kid stars Shia LaBeouf, and I love his performance in this one. And Megan Fox is really hot in this one, seriously. The movie stars Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, Tyrese Gibson, Josh Duhamel, Jon Voight, and John Turturro, and Kevin Dunn. I don't know how many movies, but let's go on with this movie. I really love the Transformers in this one. I mean, first off, you can definitely tell if it's a Decepticon or Autobot, not just because of the symbol, but because of all of those shrapnels that they have in their body, including also colorful. You know, for example, Autobots, they're too colorful, and they have like a nice shaped shrapnels, metals on their bodies. But the Decepticons are like really sharp and really evil looking. And besides, you can also tell by the eyes, but they're like some of the Decepticons have like blue eyes, which I think they're Minicons. Only the Decepticons have their own Minicons. You got like two Decepticons. Barricade, which is the newest Transformer, who's a Decepticon, and his form is a police car, a Celine Mustang, and his Minicon is named Frenzy. And Frenzy is a boombox who later turned into a cell phone, and also turned back to a boombox when he got upgraded by the Allspark. And we have Blackout, which is like also my favorite Decepticon, which is the helicopter that we see in the beginning. His Minicon is like the badass Minicon, Scorponok. Scorponok, man. That dude's badass. Now, I really love the battle sequences in this movie, and I really also love the humor. The humor was like, oh my god, so funny. For example, well, first before the humor, let's go on with the Autobots, alright? We have our leader Optimus Prime, who's like, dude, definitely badass in this movie, and I really love the new truck that he has, and has flames, man. Bumblebee, you know Bumblebee as a Volkswagen Beetle, but now he's a freaking, first he's a 1976 Camaro, Chevy Camaro, you know. But first, I thought in the movie he was gonna be the Beetle car like we seen in the cartoon show, but he's a Camaro, and he transformed to the 2010 Camaro. And the 2010 Camaro, oh my god, awesome! And we got Ironhide. Ironhide is definitely badass, even though he's like the Decepticon looking, but he is a badass Autobot. And weapons specialist, dude, he had the line from Dirty Harry, from what was that movie? I forgot the name of the dude who did that movie, Dirty Harry. But he took the line. Oh damn it! I forgot the line. But it was like punk. That's what it is. You know the line, just write it down in the comments. Okay, Jazz. Jazz is like the only black character as an Autobot, and he's badass also. Dude, he's the only Autobot that was little. Has a really awesome car, Pontiac Solstice. And yeah, Ironhide is a GMC Top Gun. Pontiac Solstice. For now, for some reason, you know, when I see the Pontiac Solstice now, it's only convertible, not like the whole car with the top on top of it, as we see in the movie. Last off, Ratchet. Ratchet, who is the medical officer, and I really love this car. They upgraded a Hummer H2, which makes it badass. As you know, as we all know, how the Transformers came into the planet like way before the human race started. When they came in with their ship fighting the Decepticons. This one, I think it's a little bit better than the ship. If you don't agree with me, I don't know. Well, just please don't write bad comments, alright? They came in from meteors, and then I really love the humor that was going on. I really love the soundtrack of this movie. My favorite soundtrack is Scorponok. Scorponok soundtrack is like the ultimate badass soundtrack I've ever heard in my life. And I really love the new theme of the Transformers. And they still get the catchphrase of more than meets the eye. And they still got the catchphrase, but they shorten a little bit. Autobots roll out instead of transform and roll out. And then one shall stand, one shall fall. But okay, they had Peter Cullen to do the voice of Optimus Prime, as we know. They also did the voice for Bumblebee, but as we all know, we only hear Bumblebee as using his stereo because he had voice problems. But in the end of the film, we finally hear him talk. Now, for the Decepticons, their weapons are badass. You know, I love Blackout, man. Blackout is like my only favorite Decepticon in that movie. He's seriously badass. I love the way the beginning, man. The beginning fight, awesome. You know, they do have the character that plays the voice for Megatron, but he said that it couldn't fit in his design. Just because of the look of the new Megatron doesn't mean it's bad because it's just the way they look at it. All right, don't blame and don't judge. The only Decepticon that he had to voice in as, oh no, the really bitchy, whiny Decepticon, Starscream. And I love Starscream, yeah, and F-22 Raptor, man. Seriously. But Megatron hasn't had a disguise yet. His only disguise is an alien jet. He's still a Cybertronian robot. He doesn't have a robot disguise. And I really love the battle sequences. My favorite battle in this movie is Optimus Prime versus Bone Crusher. Now, I really love the humor. My really favorite humor is when Bumblebee peed on John Turturro. That was like really funny. Now, for the rating of this movie is a 5 out of 5. Awesome acting. Awesome. I mean, very awesome to the max visual effects. And I love the transformations in this movie. Awesome soundtrack audio. I love Steve Jablonski's job in this one. And a very good plot. So, this is my review of Transformers, the live action. Please don't hate it just because it's a Michael Bay movie. Just because the director is making this movie doesn't mean it has to be bad just because, you know, all of his movies are terrible. This one was a top notch. I mean, a really top notch. Alright? Just don't hate on the movie. Just don't hate on the movie. And the movie's not just a commercial for the cars, alright? You gotta have new cars for the new era because we're in a new era. Alright? I know you don't agree with me because they're supposed to use their old disguises, but it's the truth. Alright? Just don't hate this movie just because it's directed by Michael Bay. Just because there's too much explosions, there's too much cleavage. Those aren't the things that are in the film that are important. The only important thing is the acting, the visuals, the soundtrack, and the plot. Those are the only things that you gotta focus on, not the other elements. Not this goof off or something. Because that's the truth, and I know how to see movies, alright? And you gotta blend into it. You gotta blend into it, alright? Now, later on or tomorrow, I'm going to review the sequel of Transformers 2. So, this is Aftermath 255, and this is a very awesome Michael Bay movie I've ever seen. 5 out of 5 stars, man. And when I saw this movie, my theater was packed. I mean, packed. And most awesomest movie ever. So, to tell you, the man who voiced Megatron is Hugo Weaving, and this dude's voice is badass. So, this is Aftermath 255, signing off.